Smiling.
Hey everybody, how's it going? This is day 6 of the big adventure for me and Kenny, and we are at Laws Railroad Museum just outside of Bishop, California. This was a stop on the old Carson and Colorado, and after that Southern Pacific narrow gauge, and they've got a really cool museum, some cool static displays, buildings. It's a kind of a miniature Pioneer Village place, but anyhow, we are going to go in there and check it out, so come on along.
Now, is accelerating those flywheels, it's firing every time. Pretty soon it's going to start to miss. We'll miss on purpose. Now it's firing only often enough to maintain operating speed, 220 revolutions a minute.
You can see how they use these gas engines to operate all this machinery. Now when we were at Bodie, you saw me talking about a stamp mill, and this is what a stamp mill looks like here. This one's not operating, but you saw the cams rotating, and they would lift those pieces up there up and then drop them on the ore that would go down there, would crush it and go out that. All right, moving on away from the gas engine and stamp mill and other equipment. There's the water tower, where the water pump would have been that filled the water tower. That tank over there was for the oil that they used to burn in the locomotives. But this is where this is the well house, or the pump house, and you can see the gallows type Armstrong hand operated, human power operated turntable. These are pretty common on narrow gauge railroads. The locomotives were a lot smaller and lighter, but they were not that uncommon on standard gauge either. Kind of doing this backwards because we got here a little late and we wanted to see the gas engine work. Show that to everybody. They have a whole bunch of old equipment. Old graders, skids for hauling who knows what. This is what old aqueducts look like for the water systems, made out of wood and steel. Laws Machinery Sales and Service. Seeing here they had another gas engine that ran all of this, from small ones up to a great big one. Kenny, go in there and see if he can get him a hooker. Yeah, this is a miner's cabin. I'm just being funny. Silver Canyon Saloon. There's no Coors Light Twisties in there, Kenny. Tried shit. Old C cab. Just the cab. auto repair. That car needs a lot of work. Cool stone building, the Blacksmith Shop. For all those who don't know, my dad was a horseshoer or a farrier, and then did ornamental blacksmith work until he just got too wore out to do it anymore. So, Dad, this is for you. This is their wagon display. A chuck wagon there, a Budweiser wagon. Little buggy there. Advertising buggy. The Texas company. Hay wagons. Do not climb on wagons, seriously. I don't know why you'd have to tell anybody that twice, but some people don't listen the first time. Little sleigh. And I'm not an expert on wagons, so I don't know what all these are. Gas-powered tractor. Oh, GMC, straight six. That's pretty cool. But that was a beast to work with. This is the schoolhouse. They've got it closed. It's empty. I don't know if they're restoring it or what. But bell collection. Those are some bells. There is the church there. All right, this is the number 9. This is a Baldwin 460. And let's see, when was this one built? 1909. 1909, yeah. But this was a locomotive that was in service on this line. I have lots of pictures of this. I have quite a few books on the Carson, Colorado. That Carson, Colorado was formed by the Virginia and Truckee Railroad and eventually was acquired by Southern Pacific. And that's why you see the Southern Pacific on this tender. All right, let's get up in there, look at the inside. I am not a steam locomotive. I don't know much about it. I believe this is the throttle here. I believe that is the brake. But anyhow, I know there are a lot of you who do know about this stuff, and you'd be able to explain it a lot better to everybody. So drop it in the comments below, as I'm sure I'm mistaken about some of this. Look at all these valves that the fireman would have. He had to know what all that stuff was by heart. And the engineer was quite busy as well. All right. And that is the back of the boiler, the firebox down there. All right. And there it is, 506.8 miles from San Francisco, elevation 4,115 feet. All right, this was the freight scale. The depot in Tehachapi had a setup just like this. I don't think it was quite as ornate. It was lost in the fire. But this is where they would bring freight from one side, weigh it, and then put it on a train. Model railroad stuff, and another scale. Semaphore blade and casting. I don't know exactly what that's called. Track drill. Black cross bucks. Little model railroad that's not operating. Milk cans and shortening, vegetable shortening. That is a big can of lard. This was the baggage room. This is a bigger baggage room than the one that the Tashby Depot was. Cool old stove there. Now it kept it warm. The waiting room had its own stove. Carrizo Gorge. That's on the Arizona and San Diego. Or San Diego and Arizona, I guess, actually. This would have been the timetable. The agent would have written down when trains were going to arrive and whatever information. This is where you got your ticket. Actually, I guess this is where you would have gotten your ticket. Maybe that's where you got hamburgers. Agent's office. All right. Really cool. Train order hoop and the train order, the string type train order setup. I come back up here sometime and they're not about to close. Bring the grandkids up here or something. But those are just others. A store there and a post office. A couple of other buildings. I'm not going to read this, but feel free to pause it here and read the story of the history of the Laws Station. All right. Well, I'm sure we're not going to do anything between here and home in case something unusual happens. So we'll go ahead and sign off on day 6 here. Wasn't much of a day. We didn't do anything except stop at Topaz Lake, gamble a little bit, and
Lost.
hey, I actually won a couple bucks. But anyway, as I said, we got here a little late, so I didn't get to do a very in-depth tour of this. We got to see some of the cool stuff, though, including the train. All right, well, keep shooting me the ideas. Drop in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motorpoet59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe. Click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content. I'm sure we're not going to do anything between here and home in case something unusual happens. So we'll go ahead and sign off on day 6 here. Wasn't much of a day. We didn't do anything except stop at Topaz Lake, gamble a little bit, and
Lost.
hey, I actually won a couple bucks. But anyway, as I said, we got here a little late, so I didn't get to do a very in-depth tour of this. We got to see some of the cool stuff, though, including the train. All right, well, keep shooting me the ideas. Drop in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motorpoet59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe. Click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content, and we'll see you all later.